What's up everyone, Cubeologist here with my full review of the X-Man Tornado from Cubes4Speed. Now this 3x3 is the first from X-Man Designs. It's a brand by Chi, and you can think of the relationship between those two like Kong's design and Moyu. Out of the box, this 3x3 was fast and a little bumpy, and it got even faster while breaking it in. And after 50 or 100 solves, the puzzle was to the point where I was constantly overshooting and I couldn't control it at all. But then I lubed the core with Traxxas 50K, and also I put some 30K on the pieces, and that slowed it down and took away some of the bumpiness. I really liked the feel after I lubed the puzzle. Now corner cutting on the Tornado wasn't the best out of the box, but it's amazing once you get the tensions correct. Out of the box, the tensions were a bit uneven, which is fairly typical, but after I properly set up the puzzle, it cuts well over 45 forward and really close to line reverse. I would say that corner cutting on the Tornado is on par with cubes like the Yushao and the Gans 356, but with most modern 3x3s, corner cutting like this is pretty standard or the puzzle isn't considered very good. And because of that, most decision making has to be done based on the feel of the puzzle and just personal preference. So now let's talk about how this puzzle actually feels while solving. It definitely isn't made out of a soft plastic like an original plastic Diane or an Oolong version 1. And I think this is one of the main reasons that it's so fast without any lube on the pieces. Also, even with the exaggerated gaps between the corners, edges, and centers, what some people would call Florian cuts, it actually holds its shape fairly well while solving. Now when you're just holding the X-Man Tornado, it's pretty easy to deform, but like I said, it doesn't feel very unstable while you're solving. So some branding issues aside, this puzzle is essentially the successor to the Thunderclap. So let's compare the pieces between those two 3x3s. The design has definitely been changed up a bit. On the edges, the torpedoes are a bit thinner on the Tornado, and they've done some adjusting to the different wings and anchor points and stuff like that. And with the corners, the stalk is a bit longer and more slim, and there are a couple tracks that have been added to the flat sides of the corner where there weren't any on the Thunderclap. And even though I wasn't a huge fan of the center cap design on the Thunderclap, because it was a bit awkward to get off when the cube was assembled, it actually seems like a better design than the one they've went with on the Tornado. The Thunderclap has two different points where it anchors under the edge and corner pieces while you're turning, and the X-Man design only has one. Now I'm not sure exactly how much this affects performance, but I feel like it's one of the reasons that the Thunderclap has a more stable feel than the X-Man Tornado. And finally, let's talk about price. The X-Man Tornado is actually $14 on Cubes4Speed.com, which is one of the best prices I've seen. But the Thunderclap, which I consider to be at least as good as this puzzle, even though we've had our rough spots, is only $8. Now I don't know if X-Man Designs went with the higher price to make this seem like a more premium 3x3, or if they actually used higher quality hardware. But either way, I don't think the performance of this puzzle is almost twice as good as the Thunderclap, as the price would make you believe. So my recommendation would be, if you're a fan of the Thunderclap and you've already got a good one, there really isn't any need to upgrade to the X-Man Tornado. Because even if performance is a fraction of a bit better on the X-Man Tornado, the only area where I really saw this anyway was in reverse corner cutting. I don't think you're getting performance that is proportional to the increase in price. Like I said before, you're paying almost double the price, and you're definitely not getting double the performance. But if you want to check it out, I'll put links down in the description to Cubes4Speed, and you can try it out for yourself. There have been some pretty fast people that really like this puzzle, and Just Keep Cubing was one of those. I'll link to her video on this puzzle as well. But I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this puzzle down in the comments section, and as always guys, you'll hear from me really soon. Talk to you later. Bye.